And we are live, T minus 28 minutes away from round 7, the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Imola, the last one of Giovanni, you're a legend. Scuderia. Did I get it wrong? I got the enunciation right. Let's get all the enunciation incorrectness out of the way. Scuderia. Scuderia. Seem to be in real SH1T. They've got the peddlers, but not only do they not have the car, they not even have the team behind the Giovanni. It's techie. We'll talk about it, mate, because there's loads. There is loads that we need to pull out in the lead up to this Grand Prix. Let's talk about Imola in the first instance. I mean, it's bloody... it's a shame, this. Just as your boy Cameron started to learn the names to the turns, do you know what I mean? Rivazza and Barriente Alta and Tosa. All of a sudden now they're going to sack it off, which feels like a bit of a shame. I cannot lie to you. I just at 10:30, Brett, you're a legend. Joe, absolute legendary setting. Let me get my bloody this bloody tablet out the way. Nonsense. You always feel like you've got more time, and then the Grand Prix before you know is just there, and it's like you've got to move, you've got to go. You know what I mean? It's techier than techie things each and every single time. There's 48 of you watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash a like because it matters. It is very important. Easy G, operator, EK. You guys are legends. Proper Benzie as always. Legendary settings. And let me say this out the bat. I'm grateful to each and every single one of you. Ad infinitum, in extremis, owe the humanity, because without you guys, there is no channel and we don't have a community within which we can speak about F1 openly and honestly. Do you know what I mean? As they're explaining all these noddy things on Sky Sports F1, fair play to the new generation, the brand new fan, which I don't hate. I don't want to be proselytizing on this channel. Welcome one, welcome all, right? Drive to Survive generation, etc. 40% of fans watching F1 apparently these days have come into F1 fandom by dint of Drive to Survive success. 106 of you. We are here, Easy G. Do you know what I mean? Daniel, the man, the myth, the legend. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a great race, but one with yellow or red flags. Go on then, let's talk about the circumstance that is Imola. I put out the video earlier arguing that the Red Bull of old with Jonathan Wheatley at the helm, notwithstanding the fact that Max Verstappen had provisional fall at pole even after the first round of runs in Q3. Of course he did. So why would then Red Bull be incentivized to go out and use an advantage for the race? Well, because it's McLaren and they have the whip hand. They have anywhere between 2 and 3 tenths on the rest. Well, if you're talking race stream, it's more than that, right? 4 tenths, people say. So if you're going to go and put the nail in the qualifying coffin and give Maximilian Verstappen the best chance of winning a race, then you need for him to be on pole. Therefore, use the medium compound tyres, your last year's softs, the C5, that have that competitive advantage in qualifying. No, am I making sense here? Or maybe I'm being too harsh. Maybe I'm being a god tier Monday morning quarterback. Maybe, just maybe, or maybe we're onto something. I read the Marcuse article on the race, and he explained it that way, and I agree with him. Surely you've got to put all your eggs in the basket of qualifying if you are Max Verstappen. This is what Red Bull did so brilliantly. They understood in real time when they were the underdog and when they needed to play the joker or of the jokers. That's what they did so brilliantly in Abu Dhabi 2021 and 2021 entirety as a season. As near as makes no difference, root and branch changes, Giovanni says is needed, and that goes all the way back to Elkan at the top. No one is immune. Yes, I said it. Let's go, Giovanni. Get into the hot stuff. Go on, let's talk about Scuderia Ferrari in the first instance, because Giovanni demands it of us. I don't know what's going on. I'll be honest. I do know what's going on, but I don't know what's going on to remedy for the problems. We are T-minus 23 minutes away from a cheeky round 7, the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix round 7 is bloody Nora. Brundle's not even there. Is Ted Kravitz doing the grid work? Negative, Ted Kravitz. How very dare you try and replicate? How very dare you? But Ted Kravitz asked the questions, that Oscar isn't fighting Max in the championship. He's fighting Lando. Interesting. Go on then. As Giovanni's demanded it, let's talk about Scuderia. It's chaos. Chat. I have no idea what's going on. Let me Let me remedy my own house before I chime in on Ferrari. So go on, here's the issue, Giovanni. For the longest time, it's been chaos at Ferrari. I feel like the success that they had in the final stages, the dying members of 2024, almost papered over Ferrari's multitudinous cracks. Oh, here we are. We're looking at the double brake. Look at this. Take it off. Let us see it. I want to see it. So Ferrari haven't been... Listen, they very nearly won the Constructors. But I'd argue for the longest time, since 2007, when Kimi Raikkonen managed to get in the back door of the Drivers' Championship because the McLarens in the hands of Sir Lewis and Fernando Alonso were fighting. I'd argue that Scuderia Ferrari have embodied stubbornness, and you've ultimately, per friend of the channel Bryson Sullivan, you've ultimately in this F1 game a piranha's tank where the greatest minds try and solve for the problems that have been presented to them even by the FI. You've ultimately got to be humble in the face of the reality that your car is presenting to you, right? You've got to believe your eyes, the evidence even of your own eyes and ears. And I just don't think Ferrari have been doing that. Adrian, you put forth the meta as far as this rule of ground defect car, and it was as follows. Of course, you've got to get the car super low, but you've got to enable for the central tenets of the car to work in symbiosis, being, of course, ride height, suspension, aero, and mechanics. Don't build them in silos like Mercedes did in 2022. Build them all to work with each other. Otherwise, you're going to have yourself a problem. It showed you that as far as the suspension, you've got to make sure that it's pliable, that it works around the most frequently occurring mechanical and aerodynamic circumstance being presented in 2025. And I don't think Ferrari have done that ever. They haven't been doing it. It's nonsense. It's like they've taken a playbook, a leaf out of the playbook of Mercedes. They've like developed, do you know what I mean? They were meant to put the bloody front suspension on, the pull rod front suspension 24 months ago. Decided they weren't going to do it. I'm like, what? Why aren't you going to do it? Like, why? You understand, you've seen the RB19 and how dominant it is. Copy the intelligent kids' homework then. No, I didn't want to do it. They found something themselves. I'm like, what are they doing? Honestly, Giovanni, it's absolute nonsense. Keep racing Ferrari separate from lifestyle racing. First thing to do, Brett. I don't hate that. But I don't think that's not the solve though, Brett. It isn't the solve. The problem lies fundamentally in the car and the fact that they didn't prioritise it early enough in this rule and reg set. They're doing too much extreme things too late on. 99% of the car is different. What? In the last year of the rule set? What? Makes no sense. What are they doing? This is nonsense. Do you know what I mean? I've never been on an exec board. But I would be asking, I'd be like, why are we doing it? The same way with Cadillac F1. We're going to pummel hundreds of millions of dollars into an engine that they're going to use for how long? 2 years, 29 and 30, and then the engine rules or the power unit rules changing. It's just basics. You know what I mean? It's just low level decision making that like my son is capable of. But I think they get, maybe it is what you're saying, Brett, maybe they're conflating the brand and the lifestyle and the motorsport organizer. Maybe they're conflating these things, I don't know. But I mean, Fred, ultimately the buck stops with Fredo. Huh. I'll tell you what it pains. I'll tell you the difficulty in this. It pains me to see both Lewis handled himself. Lewis knew what time it was yesterday. It was PR Lewis Hamilton. He was devastated. Those are the words that he used. But ultimately, he was able to put on a brave face before the world's press and media, right? Charles Leclerc, on the other hand, the effervescence and exuberance of youth. Oh, the humanity. That won't go down well. P nowhere is where Charles Leclerc, modern day journalese, said that they were. I was like, mate, chaos. Valentino Rossi getting a cheeky word. Don't sulk, you're a legend. The journey of Lando Doom Loop. No, is the expectation pressure Doom Loop is in full session from King of McLaren to demoralised number 2 driver is absolute sin. I don't hate it, don't so, but sad cinema. This is the fodder of Shakespearean tragedy now, don't sulk, and that makes me feel sad because I'd love to see Lando up there fighting with the likes of OJ Piastri and Maximilian Verstappen, as he bloody well should be, because he's good enough to be. Do you know what I mean? Oh, wow. Ronaldo, Luis Nazario Ronaldo, the original one, not R9, not R7, CR7 even. He looks well, does Luis Nazario de Lima. Ronaldo, il fenomeno. Huh. Don't hate that scene, Ronaldo. Don't hate that scene, Ronaldo. What happened, Ted Kravitz, is that you got mistaken for Martin Brundle. Il Phenomenal thought that's who you were, chap. But to Ferrari, to round third base on this very quickly. I feel bad. I do feel bad for Lewis, but Lewis is when he's 7. Do you know what I mean? His career's playing with house money is what Lewis is doing. If he can get another championship, perfect. That's what he's gone there to do. But it's Charles that breaks my heart. Bloody no, look at this human wall around the rear end of Aston Martin. Again, on the back of their upgrades, upgrades, medium, compound tyres yesterday. It's techie this. Look at the FIA bod as well. They're hiding that properly. My heart goes out to Charles Leclerc, modern day Jean Lazy, because he's got something to prove, right? And that's the true Shakespearean tragedy. And he doesn't have the level of professionalism nor false seeming, again, Shakespearean reference, measure for measure settings. He doesn't have that level of false seeming to hide his inner feelings. That's why you get the outburst. P nowhere. You can see in Kimi Antonelli's interview that Charles Leclerc, aka modern day journalist, is hovering in the background, just surveying the cheeky TV panels to understand what's happened. He's just doing one of these. He's shaking his head. He's fuming. Baffled almost. Giovanni, I'm guessing Max will line it up on a serious diagonal into stuff. So go on then, Giovanni. Let's talk about, thank you again, far too kind, Giovanni, you're a legend. If you guys want to join the channel, you'll get access to the Discord that I will put on the community tab right after this. A cheeky newsletter once a week and priority in the lives. I appreciate each and every single one of you massively. Kimi Antonelli got his national anthem going on as George Russell of Kings Lynn, Norfolk bops his head like he's Bella Porsche. M to the B, M to the B. I don't even know what virality is. Go on then, into turn 1 as we're T-minus 15 minutes. Here's what you need to know, chap. As I was doing a deep dive, getting my due diligence on and watching the most recent Imola Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Baxty's probably singing along with it. Yeah. But Sir Baxty be the legend of the Shakedown. And not a bad singer, by the way. I saw a video of Baxter doing Nessun Dorma, and you'd be forgiven for thinking it was Pavarotti. Do you know what I mean? Like he's not bad, is Sir Baxter. Not bad at all. MBS waving at your camera. And go on then. Here's what you need to know going into turn 1. It's techie, right? Because remember, you've got the bloody. It's not a straight line down to Barriente Tamburello. Remember back in the day, it used to be just a sweeping left-hander where ultimately Senna met his maker, right? Mark Webber. Is that Mark Webber? No, it's not Mark Webber. So look, it's gonna be. They're gonna have to go hard into turn 1, but it's not. It's a gentle. I wouldn't even call it a turn. It is classified as a turn, but it's a gentle curva almost into turn 1, and it is a turn 1 chicane. So they're gonna have to go hard, but I don't know. I think it's going to be. People keep talking about this P2 privilege, that because of the racing line, it's better to start on P2. But historically, if past his prologue, turn 1 is in the gift of the person starting on pole. None of the most recent Imola Grand Prix have resulted in the person starting on P2 getting the jump on the person started in P1. It would depend on the starts. I mean, if Oscar Piastri gets a rubbish start, then he's gonzo, right? But if he does as I anticipate him to do, which is get a good start, then Here we go. What does Max need to get? He needs to get a good start is what he needs to do. To put all of his eggs in the start basket. Nail him. Benzi, lively and emotional. Italian singers versus icy assassin Oscar. He doesn't care, does he? He's a bit different, this chap. Something a bit different. It all is out of scope for Oscar Piastri. And you know what? For the longest time, I doubted that Oscar Piastri, so Baxley, bless him, predicted that Oscar would go well and potentially win a Drivers' Championship in 2025. And I thought it would be due soon. I've always spotted that Oscar Piastri's upside in the end would be greater than Lando's, but I thought this year Lando, it would come too soon for Oscar and that Lando would mollywop him. I believe that. That's how much I rate Lando Norris, despite the disparaging comments. I think he's a brilliant driver, super fast, racecraft for days when he's ready, and played his way into the crease and had his Weetabix. Gotten out of bed on the right side of it that morning. I think Lando's brilliant. Oscar Piastri is saying, Cameron, you know what you want to do? You want to take 2 seats, because not only is Oscar Piastri capable, T-12, absolutely. Not only is Oscar Piastri capable of challenging and defeating with frequency, material frequency this season, the one that they call Dustin from Stranger Things, aka Lando Norris, is capable of going against Max Verstappen, of course, with a durable competitive advantage even of an MCL 3.9. T8000, I don't hate that, Max. I see what you've done there. T81,000 is what Oscar Piastri is. I'm nervous. Go on, we need to get a cheeky poll out there. Let me get. I need to get the bloody metrics as well. Where's Jacques Villeneuve, by the way? Has he been let go? I was watching the post-qualifying sessions, and when it's interesting the way that they broadcast, right? They take it in turns rather than normally. Natalie will speak and then they'll go down the line. So the person to Natalie's right will be the next person. Natalie's left, even as you look at the camera, will be the next person to speak, and then they'll go down the line. Yesterday, Jamie Chadwick kept speaking over the legend that is Jacques Villeneuve, one-time champion in 1997. It was chaos. Cheeky word with Ollie Behrman, who feels like he was chiefed out of a serious grid position. Right, red flag gate got him, not dissimilar to Max Verstappen. 2024 in Brazil, the timing of the red flag was not very convenient for the one that they call Ollie Behrman. Bless him, he did get sabotaged by the racing gods, the new and the old. I mean, good luck to him, mate. It happens. This is F1. Do you know what I mean? Shaq is with Canal Plus, is he? Jeez. So he's playing both sides of the fence. Fair play to him. Villeneuve has outstayed his welcome, says Eddie. I don't know. People don't like Eddie as a rule. People don't like Jacques as a rule. That's the truth. The F1 community don't love him. He's not. I don't know. He's Marmite, isn't he? You either love him or you hate him, Jacques. But I agree with him. I don't like it when people talk over me. That's a pet peeve. That you'd never know that I'm in love with my voice, and talk for a living. And oh, the humanity. Go on then. We need to get our first poll of the day out, don't we? 245 of you in the chat can currently do me a favour and smash the like, as we are T-9 minutes away from a cheeky race start. And I'm nervous now, chat. Look at me. Nervous. Oh no. Right. Palms are sweaty. Mum's spaghetti. B Rabbit. 8 Mile. Who is your T1 winner? I've heard a couple of people say that we might be in for a cheeky love kiss, that there's no way that they're going to get into turn 1, given the stakes, given how difficult it is to pass around here, given there'll be minimal opportunities between now and the checkered flag to win a race, even with pit stops, etc. Therefore, the stakes are all on turn 1, meaning therefore there is increased risk of a cheeky love kiss between the protagonists in OJ Piastri and Maximilian Verstappen, and potentially George Russell. Going into turn 1. Go on, you guys tell me. Who have you got for turn 1? Chat, because this is important now. Not lap 1. Turn 1. That medium thing looks like a genie. With the benefit of hindsight, I don't know. I rate the fact that Aston Martin Went mediums. That's what F1 is, right? Piranha stank. Oh, let's go. 4 titles and still a crybaby, says Selvin. I didn't see Max Verstappen complaining, really, to be honest with you. Which scares me a little bit as a Max Verstappen fan. I don't know. I'm not used to... When Max Verstappen is a cold killer of a driver, I'm like, well, I don't know. It's unnerving. A little bit. But hey. You can see my tablet on screen now. OJP and Max into Tamburello. Sand chat. I hope there's not an incident. Although, the go-to one that is Peter D. Windsor, at the end of his most recent summary after qualifying yesterday, said, listen, we've had a few too many incidents already this race weekend. We don't want any more of that. Sonoda-san, Franco Colapinto, no more accidents for this race weekend. And I echo their sentiments. Mr. Windsor drops some gems sometimes, and I think that was one of them. Just don't want no more, please. Put your arms around us, racing gods, and keep these drivers safe, please, today. Just please. Hassan, you're a legend. OJ. So you guys have got OJ. Oh no, look at that. 59% of you have turned your back on Max Verstappen. How very dare you? Max Verstappen only 32%. No, I think the most likely outcome is that Oscar Piastri wins this race. I mean, he's got everything right. But for an interesting Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix round 7, it wouldn't be bad to have for Max to get a cheeky nose in front into turn 1A. I wouldn't hate that at all. At all. It would make it interesting for F1 fans and stands, neutrals, old grizzled F1 vets and casuals. Like 291 of you watching, do me a favour and smash the like so that the YouTube algo knows that we're not out here talking nonsense, that we're not the go-teefy of YouTube. Rather, we're endeavouring to be purple sectors, Maximilian Verstappen or Sir Lewis Hamilton in his hay. I saw that Top Gear, by the way, its readers had voted the 2008 Sir Lewis Hamilton Silverstone Grand Prix the best one that they've ever seen, which is interesting. We'll do a vote at some point. Should we get a red flag during the race? What is the best Grand Prix that you guys have ever seen? It's techie, that one. There's a couple good ones there. There is a couple good ones. Starley, to be king, you got to win with a worst car, says Starley. Oof. I don't hate that. Starley. Piastri going to take out Max is my feeling. Hope the start goes well for the first half. 100% echo those sentiments. I'm brave. And brave. So believe karma is on the way. Behave yourself, Selvin. Oscar's the inside line, but on the dirty side of the track. True. I'd rather have the inside line than be on the racing line, I'll be honest with you. Inside line privilege every single time, especially how the rules are written now. As versus 2024, I just think you want to be on the inside, mate, going into turn 1. Ultimately, you got to get your nose in there first. I'm nervous now, chat. Oh, the humanity. Mom's spaghetti. Bombs are sweaty. You only get one shot. Do not miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Do you know what I mean? Things done change. Back in the day, our parents used to take care of us. Look at them now. They're even fudging scared of us. Right. Quick synopsis. Your track circumstance, round 7, Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, is as follows. The last one, by the way. Is this Harry Benjamin on deck? Please, no. What about Alex Jakes? 4.9 kilometres, 63 laps, 1 minute, 15.484 is your lap record. 34.4 metres is your elevation. Bloody Nora. 306.3 kilometres will be your top speed. Lap record is what you saw from Oscar Piastri yesterday. C4, C5, C6, C6. A step softer than it at the equivalent fixture this time last year. And that mattered not necessarily for the Grand Prix today, but for qualifying yesterday, where the soft compound tyre of last year, the new C5, had the whip hand. Maximilian Verstappen taking too much deg out of his tyres through a purple sector of a sector one. Oh, right, I'm ready to go. Mamma mia, it's on, says Daniel. Let us go. Is anybody nervous? Because I am, chat. Very, very, very nervioso. Very nervioso. Lawson starts from 15th. Colapinto starts from 16th, having yeeted it into the barrier again and then called off his minions from A being the one that they call Sonoda-san. 13th and 14th, Antonelli Bartoletto. The Ferrari bods, the guys and girls with them, they're red overalls, yellow badges, black pants in horse atop, starting 11th and 12th. Oh, the humanity. Why? Because it was Aston Martin rolling the dice, putting them their medium compound tyres on and catapulting themselves into the top 10, with Stroll starting 8th and Fernando Alonso starting in a season leading 5th position for the Spaniard. The man from Oviedo, Studia. Yeah, it's going to be spicy, says, but oh my gosh, I'm nervous. Norris only 2%. Don't count out Lando. I think, what level nervous? On a 1 to 10, it crescendos, doesn't it? I don't know. The start of the race is unlike anything. It reminds me of a big boxing match, like the main event in the squared circle. I don't know, Manny Pacquiao versus Floyd Mayweather. It's just like probably not as I mean, it would need to be championship deciding to rival that, but so probably not as nervous as that, but nearly. It's anxious, these sports that you don't play when the risk is like, it's life and limb, isn't it? You can't don't know, it's indescribable. Benzie. Oh, any chance of rain? No. To be fair, there was 10% chance of rain on Saturday, 20% chance of rain. I will sink you. We'll sync on the lights. Yeah, but I'll sync you on the lights. I'll go 5 red, 4 red, 3 red, 1 red. Lights out, away we go. We'll sync on the lights. I'm a little bit behind. I'll probably be 60 seconds behind. I appreciate you guys wanting to sync up though. That's very kind. And you'll see the time. In fact, they don't put the timers on the screen, I don't think. But oh, I'm nervous. And breathe. 350 of you in the chat. Do me a favour and smash the like. I'm grateful for 90 minutes. Extreme is for each and every single one of you who join me and fact check me and hold me to account and keep me honest on these F1 streams each and every single time. I think Max roared. Right, we need to get ourselves. We're about to get a cheeky qualifying a formation up on the go, and I'm nervous as fudge, chat. Oh my god. Why is one so nervous? Oh, nervous. Oh my gosh. Very rare the graphics coming. Get out, I promise. I'm sorting them out now. Bear with, mate. I'm nervous. Do you know what I mean? We haven't even got a formation app going yet, but so we like to. Oh my gosh. Your boy can't even look at this. Fudge cake, chat. How am I so nervous? Go on then, from the mediums, which I think most of these bods are starting on, minus Lewis, Antonelli, Hulkenberg, Behrman, Sonoda. Lap 22 will be your pit stops. If you're starting on the hards, lap 41, let's remember those. Lap 22, lap 41. Oh my gosh, how nervous can you get, chat? What is going on? Palms are sweating literally round here. Ferraris are so far away in every sense of the word. AS, it's not good enough, is it? It's not good enough. Woody to jump Max at the start, but I mean, it's gonna be techie going into Barayante Tamburella, and again Tamburella. There we go. Right, let's get ourselves some. Nervioso doesn't do it justice, chat. Oh, there you go. That is Alex Jakes on deck. He said before the start of the sprint race, many moons ago, the one that they call Charles Leclerc was able to get a jump at the start. So it does happen, but not very recently in the Grand Prix. So Nervous, chat? Yeah, no, I'm nervous. My beats a minute ago in case. Why don't you refresh your stream to be on the latest, closest to the live? Della, there's nothing I can do. It's Sky Go, and even though I pay like £90 a month for the privilege, sadly for me, it is what it is. There's not a lot that I can do. Right, Piastri's approaching. Oh my gosh, here we go. You can see the maps now. Ronaldo over at Scuderia Ferrari. Let's go. Graphics. You can see him now, eh? Oh no, I'm nervous, chat. Let me get a drink. The grid leaders are joined. I swear people change channel because you're late with the graphics. I get it. I'll start it. I promise. I will start it more often. And we're just talking now. Oh my gosh. All right. Sync on. I'm just pulling. I've got Ollie Behrman pulling up to the back of the grid. Oh my gosh. Nerves, Eddie. 3:15. Go on then. We are. Okay. We'll sync on the reds. I've got 0 lights currently on, but we'll count in the reds. We're about to go in a couple of seconds. You guys will be ever so slow. 1 red light, 2 red light, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. And we are lights out. Oh my gosh, Oscar's got a brilliant start. Look at that. Wow. Oscar Piastri's gone down. George Russell is challenging Maximilian Verstappen on the inside here. Max Verstappen, not the greatest start, but let's see how he gets into turn 1. Oh my gosh, Max Verstappen goes around the outside into turn 1. Oh my gosh, he's done it. He's done it, chat. Oh my gosh, how do you like yourself some Max Verstappen, chat? Look at that. Oh, forensic car positioning, eh? Goosebumps, chat. Yeah, Oscar Piastri fell asleep a little bit there, didn't he? That was reminiscent of what happened to Lando Norris at the Italian Grand Prix last year. You fell asleep, chat. Umar, unbelievable settings. How do you like it? You know, I just finished watching the bloody Imola Grand Prix 2021, and he wasn't dissimilar to that. He's an extremist, isn't he, Max Verstappen? To beat that dude, you're going to have to fight for it, Oscar. You're going to have to eat your wheat. Look how Max Verstappen has gone down the road already, 0.9. I can't believe Max Verstappen has done that. Holy smoke. I mean, glazed joke. Do you know what I mean? It's not glazed if it is actually sporting excellence. Anthony D says that was an amazing effort. Reminiscent of Mexico 2021 as well. Last of the late breakers, mate. Yeah, no, last of the late breakers here. France, how do you like that? Flipping Nora. Pope San Miguel, that weren't bad, eh? We are 1 lap deep. We are 62 laps remaining on the docket. Maximilian Verstappen has himself the race lead by dint of a god-tier overtaking manoeuvre. I mean, his start weren't even that good, is the joke. Start wasn't even that good, but he hooked it up, didn't he? In the second phase of, got himself a cheeky toe. As we see, bloody Nora, Esteban Ocon already coming in for pits. Look at that for the hard tyre going long. 2.6 second stop from that. Look at that. Oh, look at that. Oh, how do you like them? Let's go. Off. Yeah, Piastri did give room, to be fair. He did. I think he thought that he was done. He had Lando Norris syndrome, didn't he? Exactly what Lando Norris had going into the second chicane at the Italian Grand Prix last year. Like he'd thought, I think he felt like it was done. McLaren's tyres regenerate and have infinite duration. It's true. Reverse deg. Go on then. 1.4 seconds is the delta between Max Verstappen in first and Oscar Piastri. Do not hate that, chat. How do you like your Max Verstappen? I should have looked at the odds, shouldn't I, chat? I just didn't think he was going to do it, to be honest. It's hard. It's not easy, man. But it reminds me of Mexico. It's exactly Mexico 2021, eh? Max Verstappen round the outside, notwithstanding the fact that he started from third. Bloody Nora. Charles Edward in there, mate. You're an absolute legend. This stream is sponsored by the legend that is Charles Edward Cheese. Morning Cam, blessings be. Oh, and by the way, dropping off the minerals requisite for a couple of glasses of wine and a tin of petrol. Charles Edward, you're a legend, mate. And I'm infinitely appreciative of you, sir, for the support each and every single time. Charles Edward blessing us. We are on lap 3, 61 laps left in the docket. Your biggest winner from the first couple of laps is, of course, Maximilian Verstappen. Off. Oh no, Gasly off. Is this your first? Gasly kind of needs to. Maximilian Verstappen will be praying at this juncture. Weiss's en hora buena for no red flags, no safety cars, no yellow flags. Gasly manages to keep it on the docket, however. Daniel, you're a legend out here gifting memberships. I'm honestly, you guys as a community, tears to my eyes, the support, honestly. Dr. Chad, different caliber. Go on then. 61 laps left on the docket. Maximilian Verstappen has the whip hand, purple as you'd expect. 1.5 seconds is the delta between the race lead in Mr. Verstappen and Oscar Jack Piastri. Now, Lando Norris taking a different line. Look at that, trying to have a cheeky look around the outside of one King George Russell, but he's not close enough. Oh, look at this. DRS is activated now, lest we forget, and it's going to get techie, but Oscar Piastri is not within DRS range. 1.4 seconds. Remember, chat, pit stops will be happening lap 21. What McLaren and OJ Piastri will need is for Lando Norris to remember who he is and stop being Dustin from Stranger Things, overtake one King George Russell, and then be able to pull a pincer move off. Undercut, overcut settings from the McLaren boys on Maximilian Verstappen, leaving Red Bull with very little wiggle room as far as their pit stops. Lap 21, right? But again, towards the end of this phase, remember that McLaren's advantage is by dint of their ability to reverse degradation, double brake duct settings, cool air, phase changing materials or whatever it is, or just maybe sound engineering. They wear away their rear tyres much less than any other car on the grid, and that will become significant as it was in 2024, because history in F1 doesn't repeat but it does rhyme. You'll remember every time it was Lando and Maximilian Verstappen at the start of the stint would heat up his tyres quicker and pull a gap, and then going late into the stint, it's all of a sudden like McLaren would grow wings. No pun intended, as we get a cheeky look at Charles Leclerc on Stroll. Charles Leclerc has DRS, but nothing doing here. Remember, around this track for the next 59 laps, it's going to be super difficult It's going to be super difficult for these drivers to overtake. Hope you are. You're a legend. Hope I hope Max's tyres are. Look at that. He didn't even get a good start, chat. I thought that Oscar just had it. Oscar just... he was nowhere, Max. Unflipping believable from Max. That is not a bad goosebumps, chat. How do you like your F1? I mean, they can call me forget. He shouldn't be able to do that, chat. That reminds me of Mexico 2021 when he goes round the outside of Bottas and Lewis in one foul swoop. Shouldn't be able to do that. But again, he's a master, isn't he? Full tank of fuel. Just understands. Look at George Russell. Oh my gosh, George is like Piastri. What was he doing? Braking too early. Here's what George thought was going to happen: a karting maneuver. He thought he was going to be able to follow. If Oscar Piastri braked when George thought he was going to, that George would have been able to nail himself a second position, almost follow through on Maximilian Verstappen. No slipstream. Yap, no slipstream at all. He was out braked. How can he be harsh? Unbelievable. What the fudge, man? How is he human? He's not. Can't be. I need to get the Max Verstappen merch out, don't I? How is it? Wait until you see the onboard camera. Mate, Macon, what's going on, chap? I don't understand who this fella is. He puts a smile on my face. It's rare that you see this level of sporting endeavour par excellence. And if they want to say glaze, then glaze away. Do you know what I mean? I'll change the name of the channel or whatever. I don't care. That's ridiculous, chat. You got to go back to 2021 and look at Mexico. I remember as a Sir Lewis Hamilton fan feeling happy that Max had qualified in third, that now that Bottas was on front row, that there was no chance that Max Verstappen was going to, I don't know, say pull a manoeuvre around the outside, M&M settings into turn one. And what did Max Verstappen do on Lewis Hamilton and Bottas that day? Exactly what he's done today. Last of the late breakers, round the outside, and keeps it on the track. What? How does he do it? Explain it to me, for it makes no sense. I just don't get it. It is nonsense. This is F1 baloney. Shouldn't be able to do that. And they say that he's a fast car merchant, eh? I mean, what are you going to do? chaos. Chat, 57 laps left on the docket, 6 in the books. Max Verstappen still 1.7 seconds down the road. I feel like they've set up that Red Bull quite quickly, eh? They got to trust him, Max. Maybe I was wrong to say that he should be on the mediums, right? Or he should have been on the mediums for qualifying, because he didn't even need it. Look at that. Still a bit different, really, isn't he? Oscar Piastri's coming, but he's not there yet. Maybe he will be Max 2.0 in the end. But like we said, he's expedite 63 laps is a lot. So 21 laps, remember, to the first stint. And Lando Norris not even able to get involved in the argument just yet. Oh, the humanity. Bless that. Yeah. Lewis making no for it. It's going to be tough to overtake. You've got to set it up proper and clean around here. The best time to get a move done around Imola is into turn one, lap one, exactly where Maximilian Verstappen falls on 2 5-time champion. Exactly where he gets it done. All eyes on that Delta. And again, it's going to happen. If it is going to happen for Oscar Piastri, it will happen at the latter stages of the stint, right? When the McLaren comes alive, because it doesn't wear down its tyres at the rate of the other drivers. Who match, I'm not scared of McLaren's starting game, but they're mid-race, 100%. Didn't go too hard because he trusts his car. I think Oscar's looking at the bigger picture. Does he need to beat Max Verstappen? It would be ideal. But I mean, if he loses this race, it's not the end. He's still got how much? 18, 25. So he's got 32 points on Max, right? Season to date. Bloody Nora, Lewis Hamilton. 32 points. He'll lose himself 7. 25 points will be the gap between Max and Oscar Piastri if positions are as they. Don't quote me on that. That's some very basic mental arithmetic, and it's not my strength. McLaren will tyre flex on Max. Oh, Max is going to be interesting towards the end. But 1.7 second is the delta with 13 laps apparently of this stint. But Lando, go on, then here we go. That's the pertinent point. Lando needs to be in third, eh? He'll need to get around King George Russell. But King George Russell's not going to give this to Lando Norris. He's going to fight for him, mate. Going to fight for him. You're going to have to be clean around here. Forensic. Now, please, no safety cars. TV direction, trash as usual. I mean, it's had its jakes though on Deco. It is a bit, but you can't blame the broadcast team for that, because I think they're given what the Italians give to them. I agree with you. OP's being patient. Hopefully not too much. Oof, what are we doing? Oh, the humanity. We have ourselves a... I tell you one thing I'm glad for. Max Verstappen overtake, God tier overtake notwithstanding. I'm glad for the fact that we've got a race, because if Oscar Piastri just sailed off into the distance, then it would have been Lando Norris trying to set... Oh, Lando Norris being patient at least, chewing his food up. It looks like he's set up... Has he set up George into air? Gone round the outside, but George will see that coming a million miles away. Cheeky sniff by Lando. At least he's been patient here, understanding that he has advantage in that car. I hope Colapinto hasn't yeeted it in. Not yet. No, look, Franco will be all right. He'll keep it on the island. I think Colapinto safety car likelihood, says Benzi. No, don't jinx it, chat. George ain't having it today. Yeah, I think he's going to fight Lando tooth and nail. He's got the track circumstance to help him, because it's just difficult to pass around here. It's Imola, Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Although at last time of asking, I feel like Oscar Piastri's closing the gap a little bit now. The gap is 1.0. Tell a lie. Max is like, take 2 seats, Cameron. Closing what gap, George Russell? I'm not sure how I'm going to make it to the target lap pushing like this. George Russell worried about tyres now. Of course, remember, his tyres are older, eh? Or are they? No, he had 2 sets of mediums. Look at that. His tyres are not older. He had 2 sets of mediums. They were always going to pull that qualifying trick as Lando Norris gets... Oh, Lando Norris closing down on George Russell again. Is he going to do it this time? No, nothing doing. Nothing doing into Barriente Tamburello. Let's go though, George. Lando having a cheeky look around the outside. No, nothing doing. Up the inside, then the outside. Nothing doing from Lando Norris, aka Dustin from Stranger Things. No chance. Gio is cooking his tyres a bit. That's what he said over the radio, Macon. But they always say that, don't they? Don't hate this between Lando and King George. Proper racing this. Peter Windsor will be loving it, friend of the channel. Abdul says Max just needs to stay within touching distance of Oscar in the championship. Oscar is bound to have a bad day. As the law of averages catch up, the closer he is to Oscar, the greater the chance is to win a WDC. Just drove off the grass, says George Russell. Cheeky mistake that he can't afford to make. Oh, saying that Lando pushed himself. Alonso will teach Lando a lesson in overtaking. Mark my words, bloody Nora. To be fair, Alonso's a dab had around here. Lest we forget 2005, 2006, fending off Michael Schumacher, but different cars, right? Much smaller, much more lithe. I think though, Fernando Alonso said it was easier to fend off Michael Schumacher then than it would be now. Alonso's in 5th. Yeah, Alonso's coming in. Let's have a look. Go on, you runners and riders. My eyes are glued to this Lando Norris, George Russell beef, though. No chance, mate. Oh, but he's got him offline a little bit. Lando's tried to set him up. Oh, but Lando's on the throttle a bit too early and a cheeky squiggle. No, he hasn't. He's not been perfect. Lando trying desperately. Lando got it done. Let's go, Lando. I don't hate that. Proper from Lando. That changes the circumstance. George tries to have a nibble back up round the outside of Tosa. Behave yourself, George. Now, George is getting swallowed up by Fernando Alonso, man from Oviedo, Asturias. Lando Norris up into 3rd, and that's significant as we are 11 laps in the books, 53 remaining, and again 10 laps before the first round of stints. Now Lando comes into play, or can come into play, but he's 6 seconds, 7 seconds down the road, so he's not into play. He's got 10 seconds to catch 7 seconds up, so he can come into play with a potential pincer movement. As far as strategy from the papaya coloured team, oh, the humanity, this ain't bad. This ain't bad racing, chat, I'm telling you. I'm enjoying this. Chaos. Who's next? Maybe Fernando Alonso and George? I doubt it, though. That'll be techie. The distance. I mean, look at that. Like Fernando Alonso already. So here's what's happened, chat. George, oh, look at that. DRS train behind George now. Because George, so this is the tech. Oh, George goes into the pit straight away. Look at that. Play the Joker. Oh, wow. Look at that. So the tyres are falling off. So these buds are coming in early. All eyes on the times of George Russell, therefore, because the undercut might be a thing here. What was his last time round? I can't see it. Fudge cake. So George will have to go longer on the hard tyres, but... Oh, wow. Ted Kravitz making the point. It could be 2-stop. Oh, no. Max Verstappen. It's chaos. So now McLaren, it feels like they have the upper hand because they've got 2 cars and they can pull. Maybe they can stop Lando a bit earlier. Potentially now. But he's in clear air now. So Lando's prerogative. It's in his gift to close up that gap. Currently, the gap between Piastri and Lando Norris is 8 seconds. I think Max will be desperate to 1-stop here. Again, let's see how close he can go to 21 laps. I think plan A is very ambitious at the moment because the tyres are falling off everybody. How well can you keep your tyres whole and in good nick, Max Verstappen? Because again, he's going quickly, this Max fella. Do you know what I mean? 2.7 seconds down the road from Oscar Piastri, meaning therefore tyre degradation is going to be a thing here. Once again, Red Bull are rock. I know it's not slow. It's not slow. It's not slow, God. 2.7 seconds down the road. Even if Max Verstappen is Mount Rushmore of F1, that car 2-stop incoming. Go on then, chat. Let's get a cheeky poll out. Bloody lot of graining on the right rear of George Russell's tyre here. Jeez, 57% of you said Max T1. I didn't believe it, chat, I'll be honest. Do you know what I mean? Rules of the channel, never bet against Max Verstappen, but I thought Oscar Piastri and Enhorabuena had it in hand. Oh, wow. Flames on Fernando Alonso's wheel hub. Go on, everyone's coming in the pits now. Fernando's coming, so too Bortoletto. All of these are early stoppers. Max will be desperate not to pit. He doesn't want to give... Oh, shoot. George Russell fastest lap. Look at that, chat. Charles Leclerc fastest lap now, having just come in for a brand new set of hards. How do you manage this? Max Verstappen wants to be desperate. He's going to be desperate to reach lap 21 so he doesn't have to extend his hard stint. He doesn't want to give Oscar any sniff at this after having done such a god-tier manoeuvre into turn 1. I'm not the biggest Max fan, but sure can appreciate that he's the best driver in the make. I mean, it's beyond reasonable doubt now. Who else is going to do something like that? Box, Oscar Piastri. So undercut settings. What was the delta, chat? It was like 1.7... It's a bit slow. Oh no, they've messed up Oscar's pit stop. 3.6 off. Go on. I think they're going to send him in now. They'll just cover him off, won't they? But Lando being told to stay out. Interesting pincer movement as far as strategies from McLaren with 50 laps left on the docket. What are Max going to do? Surely they'll just cover him off, chat. They just pit him right. 3.6 seconds. Just bring Max in with a V to cover off Oscar. If Leclerc's out here doing purples, then that tells you all you need to know, that the hard tyre is quick. Therefore, don't make this more complicated than necessary. Track position is key. Clean air is king. Maximilian Verstappen needs to pit on the next lap, and Red Bull need to have their Jonathan Wheatley pit stops. None of this nonsense with automated red lights and green lights. None of this nonsense, Max. It's techie. Go on then, all eyes. Oh shoot, so they're going to leave. Here's what's going to happen. So they're going to leave Lando out. But Max isn't racing Lando. He's got to cover off Oscar Piastri. That's what's going to happen here. He's got to cover off Oscar. Oh my gosh, nervous chat. All eyes on the Max Verstappen pit stop that I would expect to come after this lap. It's lap 14, so it's going to be a long stint on the hards, longer than they anticipated, potentially. Potentially two stopping. Max won't want to do any two stoppers. Does he come round? Has Max stayed out? Oh, the humanity. He has stayed out. Shoot, Max has stayed out looking to do a one-stopper. Stroll's come in the pit. Oh, wow. All eyes on the timing of Oscar Piastri. Bloody Nora. Slow pit stop from Stroll. 3.6 seconds again. What happened there? Bloody Nora. Slow stops all around. Max Verstappen sticking to his guns here. Look at that. I think he feels like if he has to overtake. I thought they would just prioritise. I think this could get a bit techie, chat. Surely they just prioritise. I'm trying to work out what Red Bull are doing here. Are they just sticking to their guns? 21 laps. I think they think if Piastri gets track position, that Max Verstappen could just take it back using the tyre offset towards the end of the race. I'm a bit, I don't like it. I don't like it. Although Lewis, look at that. Lewis already up to 6th. Don't hate that. 2 stop though, potentially. But he's Max is staying out looking to do a one stop. What? Have they put the double brake duct on that Red Bull car? They must have, eh? If Max Verstappen can go to lap 21 and one stop here. Yeah, look at that. Ted Kravitz making the salient point that Maximilian Verstappen is not responding to Oscar Piastri, which might prove controversial towards the end of the race. How then, Red Bull? How then, ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury? A Red Bull now mitigating for tyre deg. Look at that. Max hasn't complained about his tyres once, has they? Are you watching, chat? The discerning eye amongst you. What's going on here? Oh, the humanity indeed. Neil, is that plan D or E? I don't know what's going on. It's always chaos. Lewis Hamilton going long on those hards and siving through the field, eh? 122.1 last time round. Lapping not dissimilar to the one that they call Charles Leclerc, but Charles Leclerc hasn't been in clean air, eh? 121.0. I don't hate that. If Lewis can lap within 0.2 of Charles Leclerc, I will take that as a Sir Lewis Hamilton fan. The undercut is power. Jeez. Okay, here's the risk, chat. I think Oscar Piastri is going to have to stop twice, yeah. There we go. Bernie Collins says if they're going to cover, they're going to need to pit Max Verstappen this lap. This is risky, chat. This is risky. No complaints at all from Max. How did this happen? Double brake duct is how it's happened. No, normally Max would be complaining about the rears, eh? None of it. I wonder if phase changing materials and B Sports God tier video has anything to do with this, that got released this week and that Red Bull have adjusted accordingly. He's still lapping quick as well. Look at that, 121.2. Oscar Piastri last time round was 0.3 quicker, but nothing really material to speak of, eh? Bloody Nora. Oh, the humanity. Let's see where we're going with this. This is interesting, chat. Red Bull keen to stick to their guns. Can you imagine if they flop it after all is said and done? Max cannot be written off, says Barack. Oh, the human. Go on then, chat. Runners and riders with 47 laps left on the docket. Your boy is stressing. Sonoda-san. Wow, Sonoda-san, the car behind you is Oscar Piastri. Let's go, Sonoda-san. That's why Max is staying out, because Sonoda-san is going to be the stumbling block here, the sleeping policeman. Hold him up. Checo Perez, Abu Dhabi 2021 settings. Yuki Tsunoda, I hope you've been watching, sir. The gap between Oscar Piastri, bloody Nora, 0.6. So Oscar Piastri will have DRS now, but Oscar's... Oof. Go on, let's have a look at the delta. So the delta between Sonoda-san and Ollie Behrman in front of him for 9th place is currently Currently 0.7. This is interesting. That 0.7. So 0.7 between Bearman and Sonoda. 30.7 seconds is how much Sonoda-san is off the race lead. Let's see what happens to that delta. Yuki Tsunoda is holding him up. Oh, wow. This is what happens, chat. This is what happens. Oh, Tsunoda-san is holding him up. Look at that, 31 seconds. Oscar Piastri should nail this, chap. Look at this. Go on, the Tsunoda-san. Let's have a look at you. No chance, Tsunoda-san. Oh, Oscar just nails him. Look at that. Oscar's like, I've seen this track. I've seen this trick before, mate. Oscar Piastri just nails him on the brakes. Treya brakes massively. Tsunoda-san, they will not be happy with Tsunoda-san for that. He's only cost him. Look at that. He hasn't even cost him. It's cost him 3/4 tenths. That's not good enough, is it really, Tsunoda-san? Not good enough at all, mate. Checo Perez would have done better than that. Free Checo Perez, the Mexican Minister of Defense. You couldn't even hold him up to the tune of 0.5. Come on, Tsunoda-san. That's not good enough, chap. It's not good enough. Oscar Piastri just nails him and gets down. Who's next? Ollie Bearman is next, and Ollie Bearman will realise that OJ Piastri is not his race. He's a surgeon. Forensic, Joe. He's a proper surgeon. He's car positioning. You know, Andrew Benson was talking about Oscar Piastri and the difference between Lando and Norris. Why Lando's been struggling versus Oscar Piastri, particularly in qualifying. And he said it's at the altar of a couple of different things. There are two central tenets in this. In the first thing, they're not getting the cues from the car that they need. Lando's driving it and is expecting a level of feedback that's not there, that was there in the MCL 338 last year, that's not there any longer. And in the second instance, Lando's a geometric driver. He likes the wide line right, maximising, trying to straight line each and every single corner. And this car has as one of its dynamic traits a little bit of understeer, particularly mid-turn at the apex. Bear with me, I'm just going to put in my bloody... me old headphones, since we've got birds chirping out here again. And your boy starts getting claustrophobic. What a race so far, chat. We've only got 45 laps left. I feel like we've raced. I mean, time flies when you're having fun, apparently. Go on the Delta. 32.5 seconds of the Delta between Max and Oscar. It's gotten bigger, eh? Max is still going quicker. Look at that green lap last tour for Max Verstappen. What's going on, chat? 120.8. That was quicker. That was bloody Nora. Yeah, Houston, we have a problem. Let's have a look at the upgrade list for Red Bull to see what they've updated as far as those brake ducts, double brake duct settings from Maximilian Verstappen. Look at this. Down the road, Oscar in the crash danger zone. He's indeed in the carbon fibre zone. Colapinto, oh no, is Colapinto going to want to be a hero? Wouldn't count it out. I don't want that though. I don't want for Franco Colapinto to make himself a hero, but he's not. It wouldn't be the first time he's tried to get his 15 minutes of fame. Oscar Piastri on Franco Colapinto should be easy. DRS pass. There we go. Easy money. Franco Colapinto forced to yield to Oscar Piastri, but all the while, chat. You remember Oscar Piastri said track position is key. All the while Oscar is worming his way through these back markers on the carbon fibre zone. As Charles Leclerc, bloody no, Charles Leclerc on Tsunoda-san. Tsunoda's just nightmare of a race weekend from Tsunoda, eh? All the while, Oscar Piastri's working his way through these bods. The gap, the delta between Max and Oscar is getting bigger. Remember, Pirelli published as the target stint for mediums, 21 laps. We are in lap 20. Lando Norris told the key for us is clean air. So Oscar Piastri, look at that. So Lando is being taken along by Max Verstappen. Lando might come into play here, chat. Lando might be he'll be looking for podium at the very least, but is the podium step second or third? Because again, he's got clean air now, and the gap between Lando and Oscar currently stands at 24 seconds. How much do you need for a pit stop? We're going to have to find that out, aren't we, chat? Your boy should have had those numbers to hand. 627 if you're watching. Can Cody do me a favour and Sasha Knight? Either you. What a time to be an F1 fan. I do not hate this. This is good, chat. We've got to go. This is good. This is good racing. It's circumstances. It's the two stops. It's techie. It's chaos. And Charles Leclerc draws round the outside of Tsunoda-san. But Tsunoda-san won't be looking to yield again. I mean, this is where the true barometer of what that RB21 is capable of, you see in the second driver's hands, right? Alex being told 21.8, 21.8. Oh, Oh, go on then, you runners and riders. With 43 laps remaining, Maximilian Verstappen last tour does a 21.2 on the medium compound tyres. Oscar Piastri, now 34 seconds as nearest makes no difference. Adrift of the race lead. Lando Norris coming into play now. Now only 9.7 seconds adrift of Maximilian Verstappen in third, fourth and fifth. Alex Albon, Hadjar, Antonelli, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Piastri, Colapinto, Behrman. There you go. Ted Kravitz makes the point. Why would you bring Maximilian Verstappen in? He's still lapping at God tier speeds. 21.1. Look at that. 22 seconds. He's now got the tyre offset. We definitely want the undercut to these guys. There is no gap right here. Lewis Hamilton. Good communication between Ferrari. Ferrari don't want to do a Piastri. Why would you pull the undercut and drop that chap in the carbon fibre zone into all the traffic around the track that you can't overtake? McLaren, chat. There are levels to this game. There's levels to strategy and there are levels to operational excellence. Notwithstanding the fact that Jonathan Wheatley's not long gone, Gianpiero Lambiase is still there and they've still got a chap who's quite good in that car behind the wheel of an F1 car. Glaze. He has a name and his name is Maximilian Verstappen. Did you see turn one? Did you see turn one, lap one? Did you see what Max Verstappen did? Turning back the clock to Mexico of 2021, Imola 2021 as well. Round the outside. Palms sweaty, mom spaghetti, B rabbit. You only get one chance to blow. Do not miss that opportunity. Oscar Piastri, McLaren. What are they doing? 33.7 off the race lead. Maximilian Verstappen is only getting quicker. Look at this. 21.1 last tour. The gap between him and Lando Norris, 9.5. It looks like these mediums are just going. It's like the rear track rod or something is broken. George Russell having a cheeky moan about the car. Struggling now on those hards. It looks like, chat, the compound to be on around this track is the mediums. Everybody's put hards on. Sans won Sir Lewis, Carl Davidson, Hamilton is strahugling massively. 22.6 last tour for Sir Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, the hards. It's not interacting. Losing him, and I agree with you, Pope San Miguel. Would be a shame. Imagine this is the last time visiting Ribazza and Variante Alta and Variante Tamburello. Tried to do the Italian accident and failed miserably. 658. If you're watching, Cody, do me a favour and smash the like. Let's go. Charles Leclerc on one. 122.7. Nails himself some Oscar, some Ollie Behrman even. What's the gap? 33.4. No risk of undercut, eh? What happened to this undercut? This strong undercut, Oscar Piastri nailing Hulkenberg. The risk of the undercut just fades to black here when two things happen. When Max Verstappen can still lap at this pace and when Oscar Piastri is losing time all the while in the carbon fibre zone. Up till now, he's had to overtake Behrman. He's overtaken Tsunoda-san. He's overtaken just now Hulkenberg up into 7th. But with that goes away your bloody... Your undercut, they should have kept him out, chat. But Oscar Piastri suggested, didn't they? So that Plan A's a bit of a stretch, mate. And that's why they brought him in. Guys, please don't kill me if it's the first season. What does interval mean when Max is leading? Don't lose your mediums. It's a way to go. What's the delta between Max and Piastri? Delta between Max and Piastri, Abdul, 32.8. So it's come down now for the first time then. Max Verstappen's still lapping at 21s though. What's going on? The mediums aren't even falling off. 24 laps in. Pirelli said, this is where Pirelli don't know what they're on about sometimes. Pirelli said 21 laps is how many laps those mediums will go for. Interesting. Oh, the humanity. Why are these tyres lasting so long? So the air temperature ambient is 23.8 degrees Celsius, 41.7 track. It's hotter than it was yesterday. And yet and still... No complaining about Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen has 4 seconds with a pit stop. But he's got 4 seconds and tyre offset advantage now because he's going to be on fresher tyres towards the end of the race, eh? Although Oscar Piastri is probably going to have to go again. Bloody Nora. Oh, here we go. Look at that. Oh, wow. Isaac. Look at that. DRS train between Isaac. Oh, my gosh. Hadjar making a name for himself. Wow. Unbelievable. Isaac Hadjar, the man of the moment, making a name for himself and potentially the second seat at that Red Bull Racing team. Isaac Hadjar. Who said that that dude was going to be rubbish, that he moaned too much? Do you know what I mean? Cameron doesn't bat 1,000. Proof positive that Cameron CC's crystal ball is as murky as the next person's. I thought Isaac Hadjar was going to do nothing. 29.1 seconds is currently the delta between Isaac and Maximilian Verstappen for the lead of the race. Hadjar now is going to come into play as far as Max Verstappen's chances of winning this race. Isaac Hadjar 29.2. He will be told to back up that chap now. Oh no, Oscar Piastri coming up to the back of that DRS train. Oh, the humanity. What is going on? Liam Lawson is a bit pathetic. Go on then, your runners and riders with 39 laps remaining, 25 laps in the books. Verstappen, Norris, Albon, Hadjar, Antonelli, Hamilton, Piastri, having pitted earlier with a view to nail the undercut on Maximilian Verstappen. But it's too... this is a track position track. Clean air is king around here now more than ever. That's helping Max more than Yuki. They're going to promote him. Music is life. They'll promote him and they'll put Arvid Lindblad. Sack off Yuki next year. And they'll put Arvid Lindblad in the second seat at Racing Bulls right alongside Lawson potentially. Go on then. Isaac Hadjar 29.9. Now 30 seconds. Slowing all of them up. Look at this. The gap between Max and Oscar Piastri 32.3. Oscar Piastri is going to have to nail all of them. Oof, Lewis lets the seven-time champion lets Oscar Piastri go by. Oscar Piastri is going to have to overtake these, although 32 seconds is the delta now. Max Verstappen going long. Look at this. Lap 21, they said, eh? Now it's lap 26. What? Pirelli just got it wrong, guy. Or Red Bull have a double, the double brake duct. Phase changing materials. $30.5 is the delta looking at. So Isaac Hadjar is holding them up properly. But although he's got to be a bit careful around there. Anthony D making the point. I don't know if Isaac Hadjar was doing that intentionally. 37 laps remaining. 27 in the dot. This has been a good race. I do not hate this race. It's been a while since we've seen a race like this that's chaos, circumstances, stakes for the first place. Although, I tell you what, the second that Piastri clears Hadjar, look at Hadjar. The gap between Hadjar now and Max Verstappen for the race lead, 31.0 seconds. He's holding them up, isn't he? As Oscar Piastri's not having it. Look at that. There we go. Wow. Oscar Piastri nails himself, Antonelli. Is that Harry Benjamin mistaking... What? Mistaking Antonelli for George Russell? What are we doing? Come on, Harry. Be serious, mate. This is why you need to get Alex Jakes on it. Or is it Alex Jakes that made the mistake? I can never tell the difference between their voices. How did Max do this, Benzi? You're... guys, come on, let's not be stupid. Says Alex Albon. I mean, Oscar's off. Oh no, has Oscar dropped it off? Let's see. I'm a little bit behind you. Mate, this has been a double break that combined with fiddle break combined with tyre conspiracy theory settings, eh? Go on then. 32.9 seconds is the delta between two protagonists fighting for 25 points this race weekend. Round 7, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix Imola, the last time that we can expect to see it for the foreseeable. 33.0 seconds. As Maximilian Verstappen just keeps lapping at 121.3s. What are we doing? Matching Lando Norris. In fact, he's gapping Lando Norris, and Lando has clean air. Up. Here we go. Hadjar, let's Oscar go. So Oscar Piastri now in free air until he gets to Albon. How long are they going to hang this out? He's keeping his race alive. He's been forensic as Oscar. Red Bull will look to pit him now. Daniel Kvyat, bless him. That is indeed Daniel Kvyat. McLaren is a beast. It's a good car. And Oscar Piastri, props to him, is trying to rescue that. But he's going to have a massive tyre offset. There's no way. So Lando's coming in this lap. Look at that. So how's Max hanged this out so long? What are we doing? Of the medium runners, who's... So it's only Isaac Hadjar and Albon and Norris left out on the mediums. Norris is coming into pit. Max Verstappen not coming in yet. Why? Why aren't they pitting him? I don't understand. Surely pit him now. Don't let Oscar get any further, because Oscar's got clean air for a little bit now. It would make sense to pit him now, or maybe they're forecasting a cheeky 2-stopper from Oscar Piastri. If listen, I'll tell you what, this would be murder for Maximilian Verstappen to hang this out much longer if Oscar Piastri is 1 stopping. But again, it would have taken a lot out of those tyres, eh? Yellow flag. Oh. What they don't want is a cheeky safety car, red flag. Yellow flag. Okay, Ocon out on track. Look at this, chat. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. If Ocon can't get this moving, we're going to get ourselves at the very least a virtual safety car. Under which circumstance Maximilian Verstappen will gain himself a virtual safety car. So Max is going to come around next time, eh? Lando Norris, bless him. Wow. Max Verstappen gets a cheeky discounted pit stop. 18 seconds will be the time that you lose under virtual safety car. So if this stays out, Max Verstappen's boxing. Let's go. Fudge cake. Oh my God. That's not bad for Max, eh, Pope Summergard. Jeez. Donate it. Let's look at the stop. Now they can just take it easy, eh? Easy money from Red Bull. Let's go 2.3. Let's go. Max the class. What do you mean? 2.3 seconds. Max Verstappen comes out well ahead of Alex Albon. Discounted pit stop. 18 seconds only. Look at that. Shoot. I mean, they've not been back. Who needs Jonathan Wheatley, eh? Who needs Jonathan? Yeah, no, that's not bad. Max Verstappen will have to make a big mistake. Charles Leclerc fuming, saying, "This is." Charles Leclerc's just come in and pitted, and he goes, "Unbelievable! I've got all the time." I know you're a legend, Pope. All the time getting fudged. Look at that. Oh, Antonelli going out. So everybody coming in now. Look at that. Bloody Norway. They've played this not bad, haven't they? Wow. Not a bad race thus far from Red Bull and Maximilian Verstappen. You're going to beat that dude. Wow. T-minus 21 seconds is the gap between Max and Oscar Piastri. Oh yeah, Albon, look at that. Perfect for Albon. Perfect for Hajar as well. Pitted. Got a cheap pit stop. Discounted. 17 seconds, not 20 something. Oh, the humanity, chat. Don't hate this. T-minus 34 laps remaining on the docket. 30 laps in the books. Bloody Nora Arthur. I don't know. This is a bit chaotic. Karma for last week. Boogie. The racing gods and karmic justice never sleeps, eh? 702 if you're watching concurrently. Do me a favour and smash the like. What a DRS train. And Max Verstappen 23 seconds down the road there. Oscar Piastri is going to be charging. Potentially Oscar won't need to come in and pit now. This virtual safety car. But I mean, imagine needing to gap Max Verstappen to the tune of 23 seconds with 34 laps left. 0.6, 0.7 a lap maybe by my very quick noddy basic arithmetic. I mean, holy smoke, chat. Oscar might well be. If he's got to pit again, he should pit now, right? Put on a set of mediums and see what happens. Here we go. Oscar's coming into pit. Makes sense. Oh, but now Lando Norris has the whip hand for the race, eh? Slow pit stop from McLaren. Come on, McLaren. Get moving, chaps. 3.3 seconds. That's 1.3 seconds more than it should be, eh? So now Lando Norris has the whip hand, eh? Oh my gosh, Oscar's going to be fuming. McLaren once again seizing defeat from the jaws. No more's of victory. Alex Albon is in third, currently the last step of the podium. Oscar Piastri won't be having that. Imagine he looks down the road and he sees medium compound. Oof. Charles Leclerc's a fire-breathing dragon behind the Aston Martin of Lance Stroll. He's like, why am I behind these muggles? Why am I behind the Aston Martins of Alonso and Stroll again? Lewis Hamilton not having a bad race, by the way. Up 5 positions from 12th into 7th. Don't hate that. When you start on the hards around, oh my gosh, be careful, chap. Your front wing is important. You can't afford to lose another end plate like you did a couple races ago at the Chinese Grand Prix. You might not be faster again. Off and breathe, chat. Your runners and riders with T-minus 32 laps left on the docket. Maximilian Verstappen 19 seconds down the road from Lando Norris. Esteban Ocon, that sounds like an engine failure. Power unit, potentially. Max Verstappen leading. Lando Norris to the tune of 19 seconds. Dominant. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. George Russell George Russell getting up the gear, but oh my gosh, it was chaos trying to get into the pits here. George Russell wanted to get himself an advantage. Unsafe releases all over the shop. Although George Russell did jump that person. George Russell got released. Look at that. Oof. Unsafe releases all over the shop. Albon doing well. Sainz still adjusting. Sainz has been gods here. I was listening to Carlos Sainz in post-qualifying. You guys have seen the stats. Every time Carlos Sainz goes to a new team, a rising Carlos Sainz tide floats all F1 team boats. It's that level of textured intellectual feedback that you miss when you lose yourself a Carlos Sainz Jr. Eh? He's not bad, that Carlos Sainz fella. If you don't believe me, go and listen to him on Ollie Behrman retiring. If you listen to Carlos Sainz on the Naked podcast, Spanish production, so you need subtitles, you can understand the, I don't know. Carlos Sainz is a brilliant racing mind, let alone F1 mind. Purple, Maximilian Verstappen is out here racing himself, is the chap. 19.4 seconds down the road from Lando Norris. Oscar Piastri, 33.2 seconds. Oscar will be looking at his team like, how did this happen, chat? Like, how? How and why? This makes no sense. Hannah is the GOAT. Hannah Schmidt is how, probably. She's not bad, eh? I mean, George on Lewis violence. Oof. Oh yeah, this is good. This is a good race. I've enjoyed this. 31 laps remaining. Go on then, your runners and riders. Max Verstappen leads and dominates to the tune of 19 seconds from Lando Norris, aka Dustin from Stranger Things. Look at that, George Russell down the inside of Variante Tamburello. Don't hate that on Hulkenberg. George will be fuming here. How am I in 11th? Guys, what's gone on? That's exactly what Oscar Piastri is going to be saying in 4th. Look at that. Fighting with Alex Albon now for the final step on the podium. Bloody Nora. Are they going to switch Oscar? Can you imagine? Lando, Oscar Piastri is faster than you. Last 10 laps. Flipping no. They might need to do that though, chat. Do you know what I mean? You can't fight a battle with a fire-breathing dragon in Maximilian Verstappen with one hand behind your back. Clearly, as we saw going into turn 1, lap 1, just like Mexico 2021, all the ones out here. Piastri tyre age is wrong on Sky. I mean, he's only a few. Sky always get everything wrong. Tsunoda-san on Carlos Sainz Jr. They'll investigate that, won't they, I think? Just a little bit. Lewis Hamilton. Let's go, Lewis. Lewis Hamilton on Antonelli. Let's go. Don't hate that. That was very sexy from Lewis. Antonelli will be desperate to get some revenge. Again, incident investigated between Tsunoda and Sainz. You must always leave a space. You must always leave a space, said Fernando Alonso once upon a time. Oscar Piastri driving angry now. 119.7, trying to save his race. Been sabotaged by the likes of Andrea Stella at the altar of poor strategy. The dude that started in 4th is now in 2nd in the other papaya-coloured car. What are we doing here, McLaren? Unbelievable settings. Go on then, your runners and riders finally. Max Verstappen leading and dominating, benefiting from a turn 1 overtake on Oscar Piastri and clean airs shortly thereafter for the next 26 laps that ensued, and then a cheeky virtual safety car pit stop, 17 seconds as opposed to 27 or whatever. He's fortune favours the brave sometimes. How do you like them Max Verstappen apples? Lando Norris in second, lapping at just around it, lapping quicker than Max Verstappen, 2/10 quicker as at the last tour. That's why Max Verstappen's out here doing greens and purples all over the shop. As Sir Lewis Hamilton puts in a purple lap time and does a 1:19.4. Oh, the humanity. Go on, runners and riders. I'll get to it in the end. Max Verstappen leads to Norris, to Albon, Oscar Piastri, Hadjar, Sir Lewis Hamilton up 6 places from 12th. Antonelli shortly thereafter in 7th. Charles Leclerc in 8th. Alonso Russell completes your point scoring positions. Oh, the humanity. Oh, the humanity. This has been a chaos. Can we rest, chat? Can we rest? It's been a chaos race. Bear with, I'm coming now. And breathe. I mean, do me a favour, who's around third base here. Do me a favour, smash the like. Every little happens, do you know what I mean? It helps purple sectors to dominate 2025 somehow, some way. Some way, somehow. Thierry Henry, Golasso, CBS Sports. For those of you football fans, 806 of you watching concurrently. Oh, the humanity. Trivia in Catholicism, the dragon is to be slayed, says James. Apparently it represents, I don't know any of this. The race is banging, Jody. If it's the last Imola, I know they always do this. The last set of the rules, all of a sudden it's convergence. Lewis Hamilton, let's go. Do not hate that. Lewis Hamilton on Hadjar. Bloody no, right? Lewis Hamilton's not. I mean, he's washed, eh? 40 years old, eh? Wow. Don't hate that from Lewis Hamilton in that their red car with them their yellow badges and black prancing horse atop, looking to do something here. I know the strategy's helped him, and I know the virtual safety cars nailed him, but I mean, don't hate it. Don't hate it. Imagine if they qualified where they should have, eh? Now the next person on track for Lewis Hamilton is none other than OJ Piastri. OJ's just going to be thinking, you know what, just wave the checkered flag now. I've had enough nightmares already. He's going to be playing that Max Verstappen. Mr. Forensic OJ Piastri in the overtake got forensicked by this chap that they call Max Verstappen. Max would have been watching all this Oscar Piastri's Max 2.0 videos and he'd be like, you know what, chaps, I'll see you that and raise you that. Not yet. Not just now. Teams and rules always ruin your favourite drivers' races when you want them to do well. I don't hate it, Max. This is F1A. Using different tyres was meant to level the playing field. Some cars go great on mediums, bad on another compound. They wanted to facilitate the two-stop, didn't they? Well, I don't think they're going to manage it. Well, they did with Oscar. At the altar of a cheeky discounted virtual safety car. But I don't think two-stop was a strategy. The mediums were too strong. The mediums were far too strong. But again, the mediums were the soft compound tyre last time round, right? Lewis Hamilton on the radio. P5 on the radio also. Lewis says he had to lose a lot of tyres. Lewis complaining about tyres? Never. Never. Lewis would never do such a thing. My tyres, Bono. My tyres, I've got no tyres, Bono. Lewis P3 is ambitious. Right. Super ambitious, mate. I can't see that. No, he's gonna struggle. He'll struggle to get round Oscar. He'll get round, I think, P4 potentially. But again, remember, P4, no, he's got 10 seconds. So he's going to need to catch 10 seconds, 26 laps. He'll have to catch Alex Albon at a rate of, say, 0.4, 0.5 a lap. As news makes no difference. And then get the overtaking done. Lest we forget, per the legend that is Murray Walker, catching is one thing and passing is another. I don't think he'll overtake Alex Albon. He'll do well. Uh-oh. The two Ferrari buds will be fighting over the same piece of track soon. 20.9. Lewis Hamilton was half a second slower last time round than Max Verstappen. I wonder how quick they'll be on the radio. Cam, if Max wins this, what will be the excuses from the naysayers? Last time in Suzuka, apparently it was a boring race. Yeah, no, this is good. This is good. You got to listen, I'm telling you, you'll be able to see the naysayers and call them out for their nonsense behaviour. abbots of unreason. You don't need to like Maximilian Verstappen, but if you are an F1 fan and you are believing the evidence of your own eyes and ears, then you can do nothing but rate this performance that you're seeing from Max Verstappen. Sack off the entire Grand Prix. He's been dominant. Turn 1, lap 1 on Oscar Piastri, man who many say is the most forensic of overtakers potentially on the grid that we might have ever seen. And then you do that to him, reminiscent of 2021 Mexico on Bottas and Sir Lewis Hamilton, round the outside. I mean, you don't need to love him, but you acknowledge him. Roman Reigns settings, do you know what I mean? Just a little bit. 708 if you're watching Cody. Do me a favour and smash the like. You guys are legends. Some say Sir Lewis Carl Davidson gets all the luck. No, he's not been bad today, and it has been fortuitous circumstances for Lewis, for Alex, and for Maximilian Verstappen to a certain extent. Although Lando Norris, oof. Nico, wow. Let's go. Nico Hulkenberg on Alonso. Alonso will be fuming at that. That's the last of the point scoring position. Mr. Fernando Plan Alonso would have been desperate to come home with at least 1 point, but now that fades to black as far as probability. Turn 7 incident involving Albon noted. Yellow flag infringement. Oh, Alex, no. What's going on with Sainz here? Just the wrong strategy, eh? Bloody Nora. I thought Carlos Sainz was going to go great guns after he went P1 in Q2. And then all of a sudden, nowhere again. Is Carlos Sainz getting demolished by Alex Albon? Again, that's another thing that I never thought this season would throw up. I never thought I would see in my life Alex Albon. Oscar Piastri rounds, no chance. Look at this. Oscar Piastri into third. Go on then, chat. Do they... Lando, Oscar is faster than you. I think they need to start... Yeah. If they harbour aspirations of winning a championship, I think they need to start making some decisions, these papaya-coloured cars. I'll be honest with you. Andrea Stella might need to... All of this nonsense, thinking that this is 1989 again and they're sufficiently dominant to where they won't need to exercise for some team orders, is rubbish, Andrea Stella. It is rubbish. If they're serious and not doing the UNICEF thing and thinking that this is some form of philanthropic activity, then what they need to do now, not tomorrow or next race at Monaco or Spain, now McLaren might need to start taking some action, chat, because otherwise it's going to get techie things for them. Oscar Piastri, by the way, as news makes no difference, 12 seconds down the road from Lando Norris, aka Stranger. Dustin from Stranger Things. Stella needs to be James. They've got to make some... You can't make a cake without breaking some eggs. This is a simple maths. Are they even allowed scissors down at McLaren? I don't think they should be allowed to use them. This is very basic maths. My son could calculate this. As we see, Charles Leclerc on Hajar. Let's go. Look at Charles Leclerc's driving angry now, isn't he? Look at that. He's feeling fuming. On the last tour, yeah, okay. All right, all eyes on Ferrari. So we've got Noah's Ark of a grid now, 2 by 2. Norris and Piastri in 2nd and 3rd. Hamilton and Leclerc in 5th and 6th. Antonelli and George in 8th and 9th. Team orders, chat. Oh wow! Can you imagine they switch around Lewis? Sabotage. The delta between Lewis and Charles, 2 seconds. Leave him alone. 700 of you watching could currently do me a favour and smash the like. It matters and helps the channel. Oof. Is it going to be sabotage settings? Got 22 laps remaining. Although, look at Lando Norris starting to catch Max Verstappen ever so slightly to the tune of 2 seconds. Last time round, 2/10 quicker than Mr. Verstappen. Forces, some say, soon to be 5-time champion. Oh, the humanity. The F1 gods have been kind to us this Grand Prix weekend. I mean, it's only, it's very apropos, isn't it, of Imola. Last time round, do you know what I mean? Only a few days, 5 days after the 75th anniversary of the first F1 race ever, won by Giuseppe Farina. at the Silverstone Grand Prix, 75th anniversary. Imagine, we've been doing F1 for 75 years. Who knew? I was told the McLaren was a rocket ship, whereas Lando only closed 1 second in 10 laps. Well, who's the driver in the other car, JP? And plus, to be fair to McLaren, to be fair to McLaren, they said that they weren't going to. Lando said, to be fair, it sounded like Lando was being a bit of a Debbie Downer, but Lando did say that the advantage around here, cooler climbs, wouldn't necessarily translate. It wouldn't be like for like as versus Miami. I mean, the car, sector 1, lots of fast turns. Ted Kravitz saying, do you remember on Friday when Max Verstappen said that we're nowhere in pace? Red Bull transformed the car. True. Ted Kravitz makes the salient point that they've transformed the car not just for qualifying but for race pace as well. Alonso says, I'm the luckiest driver in the effing world. Bless Fernando. The virtual safety car screwed him over, hasn't he? Carlos Sainz up to 10th, by the way. Yeah, no. Yeah, metronomic. Absolutely. He's metronomic. Love Alonso. I don't hate Alonso either, although he'll be fuming. We said already, save 10 seconds with a virtual safety car. Ferrari need to tell Lewis that Charles is closing and to let him through. Oh my gosh, go on then. So we are 1.8 seconds. Flipping Nora, chat. Go on. Second poll of the day. This is techie, chat. 64% of you were invested in Max Verstappen. Worries me. Your boy Cameron didn't think Maximilian Verstappen was going to get this done today. I've got to bring myself to the truth pulpit in the reaction video post this, eh? Oh, go on then. Let's talk about Ferrari. Go on, you guys tell me in the poll. Should Scuderia Ferrari red car with them their yellow badges, black prancing horse atop command that Lewis let Charles through? Chaos, chat, I'm telling you. If they do that, then we've got another talking point, a massive one of gargantuan proportions. As we are, T minus 20 laps remaining, 44 already in the books. Here we go. This is the conversation now. The hards have got the pace. 1.4 seconds is the delta between the two red cars. They didn't put Alonso in. Leclerc's 1.5 seconds now. Come on, Max. 18.2 down the road. I feel like Max, barring accidents, chat, I shouldn't jinx it, but I mean, something would need to happen. Max doesn't often. He won't lose from here, not by his own doing. Mr. Metronome. Maximilian Verstappen. Some say foreseen to be 5-time champ. Do you know what I mean? Imagine if he wins 5 consecutive. Do you know how crazy that would be? And who'd back against him shortly thereafter to win 6 and 7 and 8 potentially? Make your car wide, Lewis. I know. 1.5. The delta between Lewis and Charles. Oh, the humor. I can't handle any more politics over at Ferrari, I'll be honest with you. Never bet against Max Verstappen, eh? I tell you what, I wonder what odds you could have gotten him for the bloody race. Oh! Your boy Cameron backed him for quali, but I didn't fancy him for the race, I'll tell you that much. Cam, the gap to Oscar was 32 seconds before pit stop. The gap right now is still 32 seconds. Oh, the humanity. Abdo, this is what happens when you get gifted virtual safety car privilege, eh? Yeah, Hamilton will be firmly focused on Albon. I don't think he can get Albon, though. It's not enough. 4, 5 tenths, I don't think it'll be enough. He'll close in on Antonelli off. Oh, no. Virtual safety car. No. Antonelli keeps it going, though. Virtual safety car, fudge. They'll keep it virtual. Maybe, can you imagine if you get a proper? Yeah, virtual safety car, whilst they remove that. Can you imagine if they red flag it though? Oh, the humanity. We've got drama. Let's get a safety car. Flipping Nora. I think they'll keep it virtual.
but potentially more pit stops. Say Red Bull, Ferrari come out. Look at the Ferrari pit guys. It's like, no, ciao, bella, no more pit stops, surely, no. Ferrari have come back in the pits. No point. There's no point. 18 laps left. Full safety car. Oh my gosh, chat. Full safety car. Oh, the humanity. What do you do? Do you need hards? So go on then. It is in the gift of one of the McLarens at the very least. I know they can't pit, can they? They don't have the time. Lando maybe can. Oh, Remco, this is chaos. Well, this was the RB Keystone update of the 3 updates. Who knows? They might have gotten it right. Double brake duct. Go on, and let's look at the gaps down the road. Lando, oh, look at them. Who are Red Bull bringing in here? Max Verstappen comes in. Okay, Max Verstappen comes in. Puts another set of tyres on. There we go. Is he putting hards? What the fudge? So he was always going to come in. Fair play. Good pit stop as well. 2.1 seconds. Okay, so they forced. No, so no. I don't think McLaren. Red Bull have done the proper thing. Bloody Nora. No, so McLaren can't pit. I bet they've pitted Lando. Slow pit stop again from McLaren. 4 seconds. What are they doing? Leclerc doesn't have a... Oh my God, Leclerc... Leclerc fuming. Unbelievable. Lando slots in just ahead of Albon. Lewis Hamilton coming for a cheeky pit stop. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that feels like team orders somehow for Sir Lewis Hamilton. Code for team orders. Okay, full safety cars movement, so it's going to group them all up, eh? So Oscar Piastri is going to have, but I mean, with those brand new hard compound tyres, you wouldn't foresee necessarily Oscar pulling something on Max. Probably not. Probably not. Oh yeah, what do the McLarens do? Oh my gosh, what do the McLarens do? As Kimi Antonelli walks back and waves to his adoring Emilia Romagna crowd. So look, here's what the situation is. 2 of the top 3 have brand new tyres on. Max has the whip hand, of course, it's a safety car restart. He doesn't normally fudge those up, but he's got brand new tyres. But so too has Lando Norris. So what do you do then, chat? If you're McLaren, Andrea Stella, do they switch? Do they let Lando have a cheeky go at... Because Lando's going to be desperate to overtake Oscar, eh? Do they switch Max and Dustin? Dustin. What do they do, chat? I don't know the answer. Okay, so 80% or 60% of you even say that Ferrari should have just done the switch. I mean, it's rendered null and void now. Right, here's the new one. Couple laps left, yeah. Ted Kravitz makes the point. Maybe they should have put them on soft, because once the safety car's done and they've removed Kimi Antonelli's car, then there's only going to be a few laps, eh? This is very tech easy. I love this race till as well. Still, it's not bad, eh? Norris possible penalty for safety car line out of pit. Really? Flip, go on then. 10-lap race. Mate, not a bad race. Should McLaren... You guys let me know. Should McLaren get their big boy shorts on and order OJ Piastri to let Lando Norris go through? Should they? Norris might get a penalty. I mean, it would help them out if... it would help them out no end. A bit of an SH1T show from McLaren, eh? The Papaya team have been all over the shop. I mean, nonsense. Sabotaged Oscar Piastri, do you know what I mean? With bad strategy. Undercut don't work around these tracks. In bloody M25-esque traffic. Don't work. McLaren. Get your big boy shorts on and get your noggin in. Dial in. Look at that, Paul stops all over the shop. What are they doing? They're not ready yet, are they, McLaren? They're still chew your food, McLaren, before you swallow it. Do you know what I mean? Full safety car was decided, so that is Starley. I mean, sometimes you just roll the dice, eh? Oh wow, album spot. What a chaos. Look, has no team preference. Very well said, Macon. Fortune sometimes favours the brave. Big boy pants for their big boy. Correct. Bernie Collins makes the points. What are they going to do with their cars across the restart? That's the point. Eight laps tyre difference as far as their age. What are they going to do with that Haas? Get him away, eh? Flipping no. This ain't bad, eh, chat? What a time to be a Formula 1 fan. How do you like them apples? Do you know what I mean? I was a bit worried for this Imola Grand Prix, but it's signed off nicely as only Imola can. Drivers' tracks, bring more of them around the calendar, not less, chat. What are we doing here? Do you know what I mean? Hannah Schmidt concerned a little bit. Full safety car was very techie. Flipping Nora. I mean, if there's 5 of it, so I would argue Piastri, helping Piastri by leaving safety car out longer. I mean, oh yeah, it's a good shout because if he's tired, like, just let OJ win the championship and we're all happy. Yes, I don't know about that, mate. Big brain Hannah looks nervous, right? She does look a little bit nervous, but it's going to get... We have ourselves 15 laps remaining. A safety car circumstance, however. And I'm nervous, chat. Oh my gosh. I mean, God tier race. From lap 1 to lap 63. This has been chaotic. Absolutely chaotic. Sports entertainment settings as far as the deployment of the safety car. Oh no. Charles Leclerc in 4th position, saying that these tyres are going to be incredibly difficult come the restart. But you know what you got to do, Charles? Like, stop moaning, chap, just a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you want to race? Do you want to race, Charles Leclerc, or do you not want to race? Is it modern day Journal lazy settings? I know they all moan, but now, dial in, Charles. Got 10 laps. If you want to pit Charles with 10 laps to go, 14 laps, but a couple left under safety car potentially, then just pit Charles and see how that works out for you, chap. Safety car, mate. Stop with the moaning. Don't even... Lando, you're going to let me through, chaps. Lando's saying that's because tyres look dead. Lando's setting it up. Oscar's tyres are dead. Let's not make it too hard for another. He is asking the question. What lessons have they learnt from Japan? Nothing. They've learnt no lessons from Japan. It's going to be techie. Well, the problem is, if you're Oscar Piastri, you're going to feel aggrieved. I'm leading the championship. I'm not letting Lando go, is what they'll be thinking. It's going to get so techie. It's going to get so techie. Banana Goat, you're a legend. It is going to get... It is exciting. This is ridiculously exciting. How do you like it, F1 chat? Like this, I would argue, is the... Lando puts in the request, but... What do you do? What do you do? 65% of you say no, don't let Lando through. I think you guys are being harsh. I think you guys are being a bit harsh. 800 of you in the chat, do me a favour and smash the like. As we are paused, pending safety car circumstance. Oh, the humanity, the stress. I cannot cope. Palms sweaty again. We're ending the Grand Prix just as we started it. Chat, palms sweaty. Mom's spaghetti. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Do not miss your chance to blow. OJ Piastri, Lando Norris, McLaren. Please, let's at least see a McLaren fight. Okay, here's what I'd put forth. Here's what I'd contend. If I'm Oscar Piastri after this race, I'm going to do one of these to McLaren. No, I'm not moving out the way. You've screwed up my race. It's bad pit stops, bad strategy. I'm not giving this up. I'm the driver. I'm the contender for the Drivers' Championship. If Lando's going to come around me, then he needs to get around me. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'd be saying if I'm Oscar Piastri. Lando, of course, will be saying the opposite thing, right? He'll be ready to go, but... And they're not letting this... They're not letting this Haas unlap himself. Well, I suppose because it's still safety car circumstance, it would be unsafety. Yeah, Ocon will be ordered to unlap, I think. I just don't think... if I'm Oscar, I'm going to fight tooth and nail. I don't care about how worn my bloody rear tyres are. Thank God for Michael Massey's... It is taking a long time, but I mean, it's a crescendo way. Sports entertainment as versus sports. What a bloody brilliant race, chat. What a time to be a Formula One fan. My knees are doing the Christian Horner thing, you know, when when Christian Horner's foot used to just be shaking when Seb Vettel was... On the restarts, McLaren gets to restart much better. Does it? I would argue that Red Bull is the car... By dint of McLaren's double brake duct or whatever it is, the vanes changing materials, McLaren historically has been slower to get its tyres to temperature as versus McLaren's Maximilian Verstappen's Red Bull. 860 in the chat. This is chaos. I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on. Why does Oscar have to be number 2 driver? aka Peter Windsor's upcoming video. Say take it. No, I think Mr. Windsor will. I think we're all going to start to defer to Oscar Piastri here. He is the chosen one at McLaren. He's Mr. Dependable. I still contend. I think Lando's quicker. No circumstances. I think Lando is quicker A to B than Oscar Piastri 9 times out of 10. But he doesn't manage. Here we go. Here we go. A Haas unlapping himself. Oh, Lando. Yeah, the best thing for McLaren is if Lando gets the penalty. That's why they're waiting on it. How, chat, do you like yourself some F1, eh? Lapped cars can overtake themselves. Cars 5, 16. Do you remember flipping? No. BTSD settings, 12 laps remaining. If Oscar passes Max, he might be able to. He might want to try something, but don't. It's Max, chat. Never back against Max Verstappen. Cheeky Albon podium. If Albon gets a podium, he's going to have to overtake one of the McLarens, which I think is a bit reachy. It's a bit reachy. Cameron, thank you for this live coverage. I'm watching this live in China. Let's go, Max Gerald. You're a legend. And listen, the fact that you guys are watching from all around the world makes me a very happy man. I'm privileged for you guys as a community. This community drives to survive by dint of your not insubstantial, very robust shoulders. I'm telling you. 1,100 of you in the chat as we round third base. 12 laps left on the docket, 52 laps in the books. Your runners and riders are as follows. Under safety car circumstance mind, Maximilian Verstappen has the whip hand. Oscar Piastri in second. On older tyres, 8 laps older than his old teammate Dustin from Stranger Things, aka Lando Norris, in third position. Lando getting onto McLaren. Driver of the day, chat. I mean... Runners and riders. Max Verstappen leads Oscar Piastri, older hard compound tyres, to Lando Norris, Leclerc, Albon, Russell, Lewis Hamilton, Sainz, Hadjar and Nico Hulkenberg rounds out your points scoring positions. Oh, the humanity, chat. This is... I'm nervous, chat. I can't even help it. I'm really, really stressed. Track temperatures getting lower. 39.6 degrees Celsius track. 24.2 ambient. Race about to kick on. Safety car coming in at the end of this lap. Maximilian Verstappen warming up his tyres. Maximilian Verstappen. So let's get a cheeky driver. We need to get a driver poll out, don't we? Driver of the day. Flipping Nora, chat. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How do you like your F1? Max doesn't really miss on safety cars, not historically. They've grouped up. He's concertinaed him up. Max doesn't really miss, but they're lining up behind him. Oh. Oscar's right there next to him. Look at this. When does he go? He's gone. There he goes. There's a Max Verstappen. Goes right on the bloody apex. Goes a little bit wide, but he's Oscar's more at risk from Lando than he is challenging for Max Verstappen. Max is ridiculous off the restart, eh? Oscar forced to look in his rear mirror to see where Lando is. That's the challenge. Oh my gosh! Oh, the Ferrari of Sir Lewis has to think about Lando Norris, but we are line astern as you were pre the end of the safety car. Bloody Norris. Yeah, Lando, he sunk him. Chat. Liam Lawson, driver of the day, potentially. Bloody Dora. Wow, Liam up into, I don't know if Liam's worthy still. Up into 13th. I mean, he's just forensic, isn't he? Metronomic, that Max fella. He's not bad, that dude is. Glaze. Oof, we've got a race. This is just a sprint race now. It is just a sprint, eh? T-minus 10 laps remaining. We're going to see carnage. I think they're going to be line astern. It looks all very sexy, but it's still, ultimately, still a very difficult track around which to overtake. Ferrari's on fire today. I think they've been a bit fortuitous. I mean, the car's quick in race trim. But Kareem Cam says... I mean, that 1.5 seconds down the road after one lap, Max Verstappen. The RB21 is quick. And Maximilian Verstappen as a peddler, Pope San Miguel. Might be quicker. Oh no, Lando Norris, Alex Albon incident. Safety car management infringement noted. Bloody Nora. Oscar lost one position. Lando gained one. I mean, Oscar's going to be fuming, eh? Stop glazing. I mean, wait for the reaction. Wait for the post-race reaction if you want to know about glazing. Go on, Sonoda-san. Let's go. Cheeky switch back from Sonoda-san. Going down the hill through Aqua Minerale. A.K.A. Degna 1, Degna 2. Why the replays come on. Charlie's going to fight Norris with everything he has. He can't. I don't think he can do. He's not there for that. 1 second is the delta between. We're line astern for the next 9 laps, barring accidents, we think. Don't want to curse it, but 66% of you think. 66% of you think that Maximilian Verstappen is driver of the day. How very dare you glaze Max Verstappen? He's been all right, Max Verstappen. This Grand Prix. Turn 1. Lap 1, 2021 Mexico Grand Prix, anyone? Look at him, he's a million miles down the road from Oscar. Oh no, Lando's going to try and nail him, isn't he? 8 laps left. Lando's got DRS, he's going to have a go at Oscar, isn't he? I mean, keep it clean, chaps. Do you know what I mean? Oscar pushing with all he has. Scratching, scraping and clawing for every bit of doable competitive advantage. He's not messing around. Oscar Piastri or Maximilian Verstappen, 118.2. Bloody Dora. 2.7 seconds down the road. Look at that. Unbelievable. Something different this Max fella is. Every once in a while, chat, somebody will come along and shift the goalposts. A paradigm shift as far as what's possible in a sport, in an F1 car, or the squared circle, or I don't know, the octagon cage. John Jones comes to mind in the first instance if we're talking about UFC. When he came along, I saw him do things to Shogun Hua, another great fighter that I just didn't think was possible. Sir Lewis Hamilton in F1 springs to mind in 2007. Fernando Alonso was the heir apparent to Michael Schumacher's throne. Nobody was going to beat him. And then Sir Lewis Hamilton comes along in his rookie season and does just that. Sebastian Vettel, again, speaks to that a little bit. Michael Schumacher too did things in that Ferrari 2000 to 2004 that I didn't even think was possible. As Sir Lewis Hamilton goes through on Russell, George is not going to be pleased with that. George is not going to be pleased with that, but he's not going to fight him. And I just think Oscar's kind of doing that now, changing the goalposts, newer in the matrix settings a little bit. But again, pre-race, don't revise history. Proper legendary settings from Charles Edward, as always. But I mean, it's not glaze if it's actual excellence, eh? At the peakest of peak times. And Max just does things. I just didn't see how Max Verstappen pre-race was going to win this race. Do you know what I mean? 3.7. It's chaos. It is chaos. But again, you get around these driver tracks, a la Suzuka, a la Imola, and good luck beating that Max Verstappen fella. Good luck. Good luck. You're gonna need stuff to beat Mr. Verstappen around there. 4 seconds, Remco. I'm lost for words, chat. He's not been bad. Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. OJ Piastri is going to defend hard here. 6 laps remaining. Is Lando going to put a wheel up the inside? Lando ran the outside. Lando gets it. That was sexy from Lando as fudge. Tyre offset notwithstanding. Oscar going to try and do something else? No, he hasn't got the tyres, has he? Poor Oscar. Wow. There is Lando Norris getting forensic in the overtake. Utter chaos. We have ourselves a problem. Oscar Piastri secretly is going to be fuming. No, Lando, that's decent from Lando. I mean, he had the tyre offset right. 8 laps younger tyres, fresher. But yeah, instead he's still got to get the move done for second. Do you know what I mean? Fair play to Lando. It's a decent manoeuvre. Can you imagine being Oscar Piastri now, though? Sometimes you've got to take a step back and see the F1 wood for the F1 trees. And you've got to just accumulate points, right? You don't need to win every race to win the championship. And Oscar Piastri will now. That was very close. Oscar Piastri desperate to get on the throttle. No, they didn't touch. No, they didn't touch. Oscar's very fair, eh? Oscar Piastri, Maximilian Verstappen on a 117.9. Bloody Nora. Alex Albon looking to get one done around the outside of Barriante Tamburello on Charles Leclerc. He won't be too pleased with that. Alex Albon versus Charles Leclerc is going to be set it up for the same place next time round, Alex, surely. Be Magnus Carlsen or Kasparov. 4D chess is what we're playing here, not checkers. Alex Albon, you've got yourself a car. Albon sees Ferrari bold. Oh, FIA needs to go. What the fudge is going on here? Is Ferrari sick or what? No, Ferrari have done well, to be fair. But they've left him out on those tyres that are like 100,000 years old. Charles Leclerc is struggling. Max just purple after purple. He's blended well with that car around here, which bodes well, for Monaco and Barcelona to come rounds 8 and rounds 9. Houston, we have ourselves a championship, and I'm here for it. What a time to be an F1 fan. Ladies and gentlemen of the F1 jury, T-minus five laps left on the docket. 59 are in the books. Your runners and riders look something like this. Verstappen in first, dominant down the road to the tune of 5.7 seconds after a safety car. He's just bridged that gap. No DRS to be seen on Max Verstappen's gearbox. Alex Albon on Charles Leclerc again. Same point. Goes around the outside of Barriante Tamburello. Sticks it in there. Oh my gosh. Oh, Albon had to bail out. He was a bit ambitious there. Bloody Nora. Lewis Hamilton though gets the... Albon will be on to the old radio having a word. Oh no. Look at Charles Leclerc and Hamilton. They've seized victory from the jaws of the defeat, eh? Can you imagine Charles Leclerc, the delta between him? Classic karting move from Lewis. That wasn't fair, says Alex. Well, were you ahead, chap? I don't think you were ahead at the apex. Were you ahead at the apex? Close. Close. He was close. The overtaking round the outside. Oof. Oh, I don't. Charles is fuming now. Max is on for a Grand Slam. Is it a Grand Slam if you don't drop it on pole? I think you need fastest lap, pole, and the race victory. So he'll have Grand Slam. He'll have 2 of 3. Oh, here we go. Lewis on Charles. Easy. Charles didn't fight that. Fair play to Charles. Fair play to Charles. Up into 4th shot. Mr. Sir Lewis Hamilton is on a charge. 2.7 seconds is the difference, the delta between 4th place Sir Lewis and 3rd place Oscar Piastri, dropping like a stone now on those old hard compound tyres. Yeah. What a race, chat. Big smile on my face. I can't even. Chaos. This track is for the champions, agreed. It's one of those rare tracks where the drivers can make a difference. Lewis passed, not a grand slam. Pole fastest lap win. 100% Enma. Let's go, Lewis. Where's all this noise that Lewis was done and dusted? I know, Aston. I'm going to have to take myself 2 seats. Lewis hasn't been bad. Fortuitous circumstance around the virtual safety car, but Lewis wasn't the only one to benefit from that. Alex Albon did as well. Max Verstappen did too. Not a bad... Oh, Swiss, you did say? Donate it from Sir Lewis. You got to... Chapeau, Sir Lewis. He's come alive with a car underneath him that he can trust. Ferrari boys are back. I don't know about that still, I rise. Other reserve judgment. It's not a bad showing from Sir Lewis. Do you know what I mean, though? 4 from 12th. Take that. But again, he's benefited from the virtual safety car, but he still had to drive it, still had to execute for it. Albon on a... Oh my gosh, Alex. Alex struggling with Charles Leclerc here. Look at this. Charles Leclerc fighting for his life with 2 laps remaining for 4th place. Just hasn't got the tyres. Up. Alex Albon lets him go. That doesn't bail out. He's let him go deliberately so he can get on the throttle early. Look at this. He's setting it up for the next lap, isn't he? Alex, a cheeky oversteer instance on the exit of Tosa. Yeah, they're sliding all the way. Go on then, Alex, set something up. Only 2 laps remaining. Pope San Miguel, you're a great laugh at the top, Blake. Yeah, Max Clare. Pope San Miguel, you're too kind. And you're all legends. The banter is good on this channel. I don't hate it. You guys calling me out. Keeping me honest. Charles is a moving wall, a sleeping policeman. Go on. Ooh, Alex tries to get him off. Leclerc says, give back the position. Leclerc told to give back the position, I think. Yeah, there you go. Gives out the position. Bloody Charles is going to be breathing fire. Max is an anomaly. Nobody's doubting his talent, but I don't think he can do this. It's going to be close. But again, this will tell you one thing. Leclerc sounds like he's crying. Look at that. Is that how racing is? Says Charles Leclerc. You just got to let him past. This is an effing joke. Says Charles Leclerc. He's fuming in that helmet, and I don't blame him. Sometimes the circumstance is too much. He's getting beat by his 40-year-old teammate. He's fighting a team that have a dodgy car that can't get a strategy right. Every time there's a virtual safety car, he gets fudged over. Sometimes fortune does not favour. Look at Max. You see Max bloody winding like this. He always starts there. I mean, do you know what I mean, chap? One of these. I mean, that's not bad from Max. Looking forward to the positive Lewis Hamilton video this Cameron Aston. I think there's a bigger story here, mate, than to Lewis. I'd love to spend all my life talking positivity about Lewis Hamilton in 4th from 12th. I mean, he'll be in for driver of the day, right? But like the glory supporter that I am, my discerning guy goes straight to who won the race and how did they win it. In an 8-minute reaction video, I'm not sure that I'll have time to talk about anything else other than Mr. Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen is a great driver and had a lot of luck. The virtual safety car helped him, mate. But I mean, in the hands of Max Verstappen and Sir Lewis and Alex Albon, luck equals opportunity plus preparation. That's mega. That's mega from Max. Holy smoke. All heads must bow. All tongues must confess. Knees must be bent at the altar of Maximilian Verstappen's sporting endeavour par excellence. The only thing I'm gutted about is that I bet on him for qualifying and not the race. The legend that is JP, good friend and colleague of mine, said, don't you fancy Max for the race? I was like, no, I don't think he can get it done. Them McLarens are too fast. What do I know? Nothing, apparently. My crystal ball is as murky as the next person's. Not without fortuitous circumstances, but two rights with Stoney. Sometimes fortune favours the brave, as the dude's engraving upon the trophy Maximilian Verstappen's name. I would anticipate luck has nothing to do with it, says Rob. Luck is where skill meets opportunity. 100% driver of the day. I mean, it's got to be between Lewis and Max, eh? I don't know. Nickeling and diming. Would I go Max? That turn one thing as chaos, chat. You know, one of those moves that you're going to reflect back upon. Now we've got to talk about whether McLaren did the right thing in switching or allowing Lando and Piastri to fight. Not the pace for a win today. Is Lando... Anyway, let me not even... Not quick enough to win. What's he on about? What a clown. Just have fun doing it. By the way, there is Max Verstappen merch and there is more coming. A cheeky Max Verstappen as Neo in the Matrix theme, one of these, and Stoppy Bullet. It's coming, I promise you soon. And a Max Verstappen Super Max t-shirt is already on the store. It should be pinned to the bottom left here if you fancy so. Under no obligation, of course, but I mean, no time like the present, eh? He wasn't bad at all, chat. 1,000 of you in the chat, do me a favour as we round third base. For the Tifosi, that was for them. Shout out, Lewis. Not a bad drive, sir. Not a bad drive. Flip of the coin between driver of the day for Lewis and Max, in my humble opinion. But that turn one instant on Oscar. Given who we know Oscar Piastri to be, I want to see the interaction. Lando's going to be so pleased to be in that P2. Oscar Piastri secretly deep down is going to be fuming, as will his manager Mark Webber, because that smacks of a missed opportunity. Why did they put him in the undercut at a track? Oscar Piastri, I'm talking about here. Undercut, what? Undercut and then no free air to make the undercut work. What? What are we doing, Macron? Like, what? No chance. Here he is. Here he is. Mr. Verstappen, not too bad a drive from that chap. Do you know what I mean? He's washed, isn't he? Got no chance. Fast car merchant, that Max Verstappen fella. Now that Adrian Newey and Jonathan Wheatley has left, they've left him vulnerable, soft underbelly. He's got no wheel knowledge, that Max Verstappen. He's got no chance. Do you know what I mean? Oscar's too good now. Oscar 2.0. How about them apples, chat? Maximilian Verstappen, not too bad. Lewis Hamilton, not too bad either. Decent race from the chap. Fortuitous virtual safety car timer, but so too Max benefited from that. Alex Albon. Go on then. Let's see the McLaren drivers interact here. And breathe, chat. Yeah. Oh, God. Bash Ferrari all month and now no credit. They did all right. The car came alive. I'll confess. Here he is, Mohammed Ben Sulayem, as always, front and centre, trying to get himself some attention, having a word with Max Verstappen. I don't need to weigh you. You're always the same. Mohammed Ben Sulayem having a word with Maximilian Verstappen. Let's go away, MBS, mate. Like, what's the problem? Yeah, no, still alright. I've got to take 2 seats. I still think... I mean, for however bad they were in quali, the car came along alive in race trim, eh? Jeez. Right, chap. I'm going to run away. Reaction video. Oscar looks like... Oscar. Gutted. Is how Oscar Piastri feel. He will be fuming. He will be kicking himself for turn 1. And he'll be fuming at McLaren for... Oh, the humanity chat. I enjoyed that. You guys have been legends. I'll be back shortly with a cheeky reaction video once I gather all the information. But of course, Maybe we'll have to touch on Lewis just a little bit for a God tier drive. Turning back the clock, 2008 Silverstone, 2018 Singapore, 2015 as nearest makes no difference every single race. Prime time Sir Lewis. So too Maximilian Verstappen, turning back, rewinding the clock to 2021 Mexico, round the outside, Valtteri Bottas and Sir Lewis on a full tank of fuel. Suzuka 2023, I want to say emblematic, no, reminiscent of that round the outside in monsoon conditions on one. Charles Leclerc, aka modern day Sean Lazy, gets it done into turn one and dominates. Easy money. Do you know what I mean? Chaos settings, you guys have been legends. Between now, we'll go live at 8 p.m, T minus 2.5 hours, and we're back shortly for a cheeky reaction video once I've gathered all my F1 due diligence bits and bobs. Incredible race. What a time to be an F1 fan. Between now and next time, the prosecution rests. Thank you, each and every single one of you. You guys are legends. I appreciate you. This channel is nothing without you guys keeping me honest and calling me out on my F1 ball feathers, notwithstanding my desperately trying to nail it back 1000 in my talking extemporaneously for no reason. Why use one word when you can use 1000? Mantra this channel. Congrats Max, God tier drive. Congrats Sir Lewis. Congrats Lando. And congrats OJ Piastri, still in the lead for the Drivers' Championship. Round 7 is in the books. Bring on round 8. Monaco Grand Prix between now and next time. Prosecution rests. No further questions, Your Honour. Fucking unbelievable.